Morning all. Just come down, lovely morning, getting the boat ready, and suddenly that rolled in all thick. Well, I was going to haul my pots, but I now missed the tide for hauling them. Well, hopefully that'll burn off in half an hour. I've got the mackerel jiggers on, I'm going to give mackerel jigging a go, and hopefully might be able to get the pots on the high water. But hopefully that'll burn off, because it ain't looking very good at the minute, is it? It's thick as guts. I ain't going potting on my own when it's this thick. It's just not worth it. Well, I now just put the feathers over the side. The fog's all, or mist should I say, is all disappeared. There's a lot of birds sitting around here, so I'll be a fool. There's birds everywhere just sitting there, so I'll be a fool not to try here. There look like a lot of fry on the plotter. So if there's a few mackerel there, I'll find out in a few minutes. I think they've been getting most of the mackerel about mid-tide, so it might be a bit early, but there you go. Better be early than late. There's so much fry here that is playing my sounder up. I'm only about 22 foot deep here, but that's getting funny echoes bouncing off that huge, massive, thick shoals of bait fish that has gone 10 foot over depth. You think, see, that's got a double bottom, but it ain't. It's only about 20 foot deep, 22 foot deep. Unbelievable. For anyone who hasn't watched the channel before, what I'm using today is two Bellotronic jigging machines. They're a computerised reel. The line obviously is spilled up on the back of them. The line then go to a roller and letterbox up the front, then come back down and go to a stripper box. Them horizontal rollers are set to strip any mackerel off I get. You can't be doing it by hand if you're getting a lot. Obviously they don't just go over the chute into the water. Unfortunately I haven't had any mackerel yet. I've been jigging for about 10 minutes. But with all them birds sitting on the water everywhere, if you can see them all, I'm obviously waiting for them. They've been here mackerel have been here the last 3 or 4 days in numbers we haven't seen donkey's years. But obviously there's plenty of bird life out there. They're waiting for the mackerel to come and push all the fry up. The last few days has happened about mid-tide. Well, I'm about an hour too early really. I was going to haul the pots first, but obviously that fog I couldn't. So just a bit of a waiting game for them mackerel to turn up or get the tide right, so start pushing them near the surface. And hopefully we'll get a bellyful. Be nice. I normally don't get more than about a box doing this. It'd be nice to get a couple of boxes and get a few mackerel this time. Well, that's a few, isn't it? Let's see if we've got any this side. Only a couple, that'll do. Let's have another go. All those small little things tiny. Well, the white bait and mackerel ain't boiling up like they have been the last few days. Hope that'll get better as the tide ease. I've probably had about 30 mackerel so far, but nothing any size. But you see there's a lot of slub and bits in the water. But a sheer here compared to further south I go with the flood. It's getting dirtier and dirtier, so I keep running back. Let's hope as that tide eases, there come even more and better quality fish. I'd much rather catch them better quality mackerel and little old things. Oh, there's only one on there and it fell off. I've got to admit, there's some of the smallest mackerel I've bloody seen this summer. Tiny little old things. Hope some better ones turn up soon. Oh, they look like it could be one or two more on this one. tiny old things though, they're going for the stripper bars. I just got to load more the other side, but there's no quality amongst them. Those tiny little old things. Alright for pipe bait, but what a few you can eat and put on the market. Hope they get bigger soon. Don't really want to keep catching these little ones, but unfortunately that's part and parcel. Well, they definitely seem like they come on the feed now. There's no quality. That's amazing, isn't it? You get 10 on one side, lift the other side, and this is a single mackerel. Tiny diddy little thing. Hope the quality improves soon. I want to keep catching these little ones really. Apart from pipe bait, they're no good, but what food from the tea. It's a few nice ones. I ain't had any good amounts for a while, I just keep getting single ones. Very strange. But I started getting to the part of the tide where they started getting them the other day. But I can't see any gulls diving or going mad. There's nothing anywhere. A lot of the birds that are sitting on the water are all gone now, but I can't see any diving birds. I've seen a few bits of fry flick about tight to the beach, but not much. Let's hope there's that tide ease, then mackerel start showing them white bait up. Well, it seemed a bit of case of sod's law. The last 3 days the mackerel have been boiling on the beach. And I come out here, get a day off work, I come out here and there ain't a lot really. I've had like 60 of them little diddy mackerel and that's about it. There's a lot of birds on the water when I first come here, but there's only 1 or 2 birds now, there ain't many. I don't know if they're right late in the tide or I just didn't do it today. Who knows? But now I've got another couple of hours left. Depending on if they mackerel come in thick, I'll carry on fishing for them. If not, I'll start hauling the pots. I've got some bait with me. Got the old trusted salted herring and a spare anchor and buff in case I got to cut off the hefted fleet. I can't leave them there in that deep water. I want them shallowed up. There's hardly any crab or anything in that deep water now, so I need to get them moved and done and dusted. One little lonely one that time. That didn't cut the mustard, do it? One little lonely one again. What's going on? All poor small stuff again. Well, it seems like they're starting to go mad now, feeding like hell. There's no size to them. Only a few. Three more that time, bit better, isn't it? Another few little ones. A few and far between, they ain't really big enough. That's nice to see a few fish. Well, the wind is meant to be really like westerly all day, but if you look at them turbines, they start to turn out south easterly. That's typical sea breeze. You get to about 10, 11 o'clock and you always seem to get a bit of a sea breeze when it's a There's hardly any wind on a warm day. Hopefully that wind won't pick up too much and I'll be able to get them pots. That'd be nice. I think a few little mackerel ain't gonna fill my belly. They've been out there over a month, so, or the two hefted shanks have been out there over a month, so I really want to get them turned over before they sink too far and I'll be buggered. The mackerel doesn't seem to be turned up yet. I hadn't had any mackerel in quite a while. Half an hour I haven't seen a mackerel in. It's not looking good. Well, as I haven't seen no mackerel for the last half hour, I ventured further north and got a bit further out. The water clarity is a lot better. You see, there's a little bit of wind scuffle on the water now. That sea breeze has picked up a bit. I'm just hoping that doesn't get any worse so I can haul them pots. I just dropped the gear down, like 35 foot of water. We'll have a see now. Let's hope we get a few more. I deserve. Oh well, I don't know if I actually deserve them, but I hope to get a few more. Be nice. Been a bit disappointing really, because the last few days them fish have been boiling on the beach. They've been knee deep and anglers have been getting over 100 on our easy. But they hadn't done it today. I've been gagging at work to come. Really excited. There's pictures of fry all washed up on the beach everywhere and mackerel going mad and birds everywhere, and it just doesn't seem to happen today. Trust my luck, eh? Well, I didn't get nothing on that last drift, so I've run out a little bit, fished in a lot deeper water. I'm now in 65 foot of water, so I'll obviously be in the flood. I'll drift to the north to roughly where my pots are. Give it a go, can't do any harm, can it? I ain't had nothing inside for about 45 minutes, so just give it a go in this deeper water and I'll then drift to where my pots are, so I'm going to give them a look. As long as this wind doesn't pick up too much more. Bit of a northerly roll now turned up in the water. Obviously the water's now gone over the banks, obviously on the flood. There actually look a lot more fry out here in the deeper stuff than what there was close to the beach. Let's hope we get a few. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? A few better sized ones is what we need, instead of them little puny things. Alright, the little ones are good to vacuum pack for pike bait, but they ain't no good for eating or anything. They're just too small, aren't they? Oh, there's nice shoals there. White bait coming through. Let's try our luck here. After an hour not getting one, finally got a little one in that deep water. Bloody hell, whatever next. There's only one, but after going nearly an hour ain't seen a fish. Ah, that's priceless, isn't it? Oh, it's a long time in this game. But it's only a little one, but we'll carry on for another 15 minutes and then have a look at the pots, I think. Well, after a lot of persistence, I finally got up the hefted anchor. There's a lot of rope round it, but then again, that's been down there for 6 weeks, must be. But I finally got all the pots back off that shank and the anchor, so I'm happy with that. I got a few crabs out of it. I would probably chuck 3 times many back as that. Small crabs, and one little lobster, but as everything was tight I didn't want to mess about videoing it. I thought it wasn't worth the hassle. Well, I'm happy I got that back. See, persistence pay off in the end. Well then, I'll now untangle this because that ain't going to take 5 minutes and get all this gear back in. Well, I've got them all untangled, so I'll get these shut away. Let that pull out. Very quick. for today, the tide. Bloody wind, pain in the arse. Wind keeps swinging the nose of the boat round. Bloody last, boys and girls. This is when you want autopilot. Make things far easier. Going all over the show. Bloody wind. And that's them away.